To start, let's remove this engine cover, pull up on the back to make sure it gets unlocked from there, and then once that's done, I like to do this last, that way the least amount of debris can make its way in there. This cap is supposed to come off the top, but I guess the whole extension came out. Remove this engine cover, set it aside. I'm just going to put this back, that way nothing makes its way inside of the engine. Let's take this hose off, loosen up on this clamp here, and remove the intake hose off of the throttle body. Let's disconnect the main electrical connector. There's a lock that you have to push back on, and once that's pushed back, it'll allow you to squeeze the locking tab on the connector. Take that off, and now you have two 10mm bolts up top. Take those out and set them aside, and then two nuts on some studs on the bottom. There's also this bracket that's going to have to come off. Okay, slide this out of your way, take the studs off. Actually, more nuts. I thought they were studs. Okay, now you can take your throttle body, wiggle it off of the studs, and there it is. Clean up any debris that is in this area. Make sure nothing goes inside the engine. When you wipe towards the outside. Take your new throttle body, line it up, make sure the new gasket is properly seated in there. I'm going to start on the two nuts on the bottom, and then the two bolts on the top. I'm going to bottom them out, but I won't make them tight yet. I want to get the torque and then torque them in a cross pattern, that way the gasket can seat itself properly. 89 inch-pounds for this. And if you don't have a torque wrench that goes that low, basically just make it snug with a 1/4 inch ratchet. That's about it. I'm going to go around just to double check them. Okay, those are on. So let's slide this bracket back on the two studs. And then put the two nuts on that hold the bracket on. Snug those up. At this point you can grab the electrical connector, connect it, make sure it clicks, lock it on, bring the intake hose back, slide it over. I'll connect this other hose in place as well. Tighten up your hose clamp to make sure that there are no air leaks. Okay, now you can start the engine and make sure it runs properly. Make sure the throttle body responds as it should to your throttle input. And if all checks out, let's get the engine cover back on. Line it up, press it on to lock it in place. Put your oil cap back on, take it for a road test.